Paula, and together we are Cruisability.
Today we're going to be talking about why cruise. There is so much that comes up with between cruising versus, say, road trips.
I keep hearing people, when I'm talking to them, say, I don't want to be stuck on a boat. Well, first of all, it's not a boat, it's a ship. Second of all, the boats are on the side of the ship, and the ships are so big, you don't know what you're going to experience. We just got off a 7-day cruise, and we didn't even get to experience it all. The ship was massive. That was on the Jubilee.
Yeah, the Carnival Jubilee is one of those mega ships, and it doesn't begin to compare to some of the ships that we were cruising on when we first began to cruise years ago.
Oh yeah, they were much smaller, and they didn't have nearly the food choices and things to experience that we do now.
Now, we've done big family road trips before. We did a 9,600-mile road trip one time with the family.
That was an experience, and not only with the kids, we had little chihuahuas with us as well. And we went everywhere. We went from, we went from Texas to Utah, over to California. Then we went back to Texas. We went down to Miami. We did the entire west coast of Florida. We did the entire east coast of Florida. And it wasn't until and we were at a penthouse suite on the beach. And the kids were like, when are we going home? And we realized the kids were going to the...
I was floored. It was an actual penthouse suite. And they said, when are we going home? So there you go. You have a choice between things like road trips or something like going on a mega ship, medium ship, large ship that's available to you.
I do want to explain the penthouse suite. We didn't actually have to pay for the penthouse suite. We were in a regular hotel room, and it was during spring break, and somebody pulled the fire alarm, and we had small children at the time, and that fire alarm scared one of our kids so much that there was an accident on the mattress. It was the middle of the night. Anyway, so we ended up, because they didn't have another room and they didn't want to move the mattress, they upgraded us to the penthouse suite, which was absolutely amazing. There were, each side had 2 separate bedrooms. We had a kitchen on each side, and there were bathrooms on each side and a living room on each side. So the kids had a side and we had a side, and it was just amazing. We pulled the little kids over to our side, and the older ones got their own side, and we were there for a good week, and this is towards the end of our vacation, and the kids just really they went to the beach so much they were tired of the beach.
Occasionally, bad things happen, but occasionally bad things turn out to be a good, fun experience.
There's always a blessing. Whenever something bad happens, you just got to look for it. But that was our experience. But we do love cruising. Why do we love cruising? It includes everything. You don't have to worry about housing. You don't have to worry about getting somewhere. You don't have to worry about going to the grocery store or running out of things or what you're going to eat or cooking or any of those things. You don't have to do any cleaning. Heck, you don't even have to make your bed if you don't want to.
You can bag up your dirty clothes and give them to your steward, and boom, he'll have it taken care of.
Which we've done that. We've also done the self-serve laundry when it's available. At times, we just bring the little packets. They're about that big of the little disposable Tide, and
we did that most recently aboard the Carnival Dream. The laundry facility was right at the end of the hall on our floor. It worked out great.
It was just a couple doors down. But the Jubilee, we sent things out with the steward, and we got them back neatly folded. Our steward was just amazing.
So now, again, the question. things like family trips, or do you want to do a cruising? Now, you have to have the personality for one or the other.
Well, we just got off a cruise where we did have most of our family with us. Well, we had 3/5 of our children and their spouses and one of our grandchildren. But it was truly magical. I love cruising.
It's quite an experience to be able to sit down and, as a family, eat together and have everything served to you. Because what happens with a family gathering is there's always family members, like the mom or the grandma, who is busy in the kitchen serving everybody, and then finally they get to sit down. Versus on the cruise ship, everybody gets to sit down, they get to order what they want, and then eat together and eat it usually at the same time. And so this is a really wonderful consideration for you.
Sometimes there's even dinner and a show. I was a little disappointed about our last Jubilee cruise. We didn't have entertainment every night. So that was different than every other ship we've been on. But
yeah, the dinner and the show thing is kind of a fun experience, and the Carnival Dream was really good at doing that. The Jubilee was a huge ship. We did not have a chance to explore hardly a fraction of what we normally see in your tour videos that you've probably seen.
We did a lot though. We had a lot of fun. Spent some time in the casino, lost some money. I did. Michael didn't really. But, it's okay. I'm still up from the last cruise.
If it counts, I watched her lose the money, so.
Yes. But, the last cruise, it was okay. The time before last, I put in $100. Just $100. Walked away with over $1,800. So it's okay. I don't spend more than we can afford. And, when we are cruising, we built in a little bit as entertainment. And I look at it no different than going in and playing arcade games. And I'm not going to spend more in an arcade game than I can afford. So
now, something that I might want to throw in there is, what's the favorite cruise that you've been on?
Oh my gosh. Hands down, my favorite cruise is the Alaskan cruise. It had everything, and I just loved it. That was last June. Last July. We came off of it and loved it so much. We booked again for this coming July and June of 26. Alaska is amazing.
Alaska is amazing. I have to admit to that. Now, me personally, I enjoy cruising. It doesn't matter where you go, because you have the experience of going to places you haven't been to before. You go to places that excursions that you haven't done before. You meet people that you haven't met before. So there is no such thing as a bad cruise, in my opinion.
Oh, I've never been on a bad cruise. I've never been on a bad cruise, ever. I may have had an experience that wasn't my favorite, like trying escargot. I ordered it. I just couldn't bring myself to eat it. So Michael got to.
And so that's perfectly fine, because I have no problems with things of that nature. Now, so if I don't have a favorite cruise, I do perhaps have a particular favorite event in a cruise. For example, she mentions Alaska. We did some wonderful, wonderful excursions, including the White Pass and Yukon Railroad that we went to there in Alaska. That's probably my favorite excursion that we've been to.
Oh, that was just absolutely wonderful. Our best friends, when we lived in Utah, their son Matthew lives in Skagway, and he's actually the foreman of the train. Hi, Matthew! Anyway, so his family hasn't had the opportunity to go to Alaska and visit him. So we did, and we reaped the benefits of getting to go on the train with him. I recorded everything and sent it to his mom and dad. But, what a magical experience. I loved the train. We got to see everything. We saw the Mendenhall Glacier. We saw all the scenery. We heard While you're on the train, there's somebody telling you where you are and all the different parts and the experiences that have taken place there. But we got an extra special tour because
Matthew was able to be there in the passenger car with us, and he gave us more details than probably what your normal tour is going to cover. Now, something that I wanted to point out was that Matthew made sure that we had a train that had a lift for Paula to get her scooter up for her.
It was amazing. They pulled another car up to the back, so we got to ride in the very back with Matthew. And there, like Michael said, there was a lift that brought the motorized cart up onto the train. I didn't have to do any stairs, which was very important for my knee. For those that don't know, we were in a horrible car accident, June of 23, where my driver's side door was T-boned by somebody who admitted to going 75 miles an hour. I've had 2 surgeries since, and I cracked my skull, and I'm very blessed to be alive. That's what got us cruising so much. We just decided, okay, we're going to experience life and continue. We have been on cruises in the past, but we've booked a ridiculous amount of cruises and have been cruising a lot more frequently than we had in the past.
Now, we have had the wonderful experience of being on cruises throughout Florida, as well as the West Coast now. And, of course, since Galveston's opened up, we have been on quite a number of cruises out of Galveston. And we look forward to be able to extend that into other areas and see other ships and explore those ships as well. And we will bring that to you here on Cruisability.
We have a 10-day cruise booked for this December that's going back to a lot of the same ports we've been to. The Costa Maya, the Cozumel. Oh my gosh, we've been to Cozumel so many times. Roatan off the coast of Belize is one of my favorite ports to go to. I was a little sad to see how much it's grown since the first time we went there, but it's still beautiful.
Now, you want to be sure that if you are going to be going into places like Mexico, there's been a lot of talk in the news about I guess it's like a $42 port fee in addition to what has already been there. So you want to be able to book right now so that you don't have that to pay later on.
I do want to add, you can book it now at the normal rate, but you have to have it paid for in its entirety before they put that extra fee in, because once they put that extra fee in, they're just going to tack it onto what you owe. So if you are going out of Galveston into the Mexico ports, you do need to keep that in mind, that your price may be adjusted based on whether or not you've paid for it when you book it without the fees being.
Now, as always, we invite every one of you to like and...
Oh, but I'm not done.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to go back and talk about Alaska a little bit. Alaska was amazing.
Alaska is definitely her favorite subject nowadays, that's for sure.
Oh, well, not my favorite subject, but definitely my favorite excursion. And if you do go to Alaska, you must try all of the crab right there, right in the ports, really fresh. We got to experience seeing the crab and got to pick it up and hold the crabs. And those are the same crabs that, they have them in a little pen right outside right there at the port. And before you go in and eat, you can go and hold the crabs and pick them up. You have to be careful, but oh my gosh, that was fun. I'll put those pictures in our video.
All right then. Well, we thank everyone for watching. Now be sure and subscribe, and we enjoy being able to provide this information for you, and we will look forward to seeing you again.
Well, make sure that you give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and leave us a comment below. Tell us what your favorite cruise was, because we'd like to know, and maybe we need to book that one too. Have a great day.
Bye.